How do you submit your songs to the right people, and how can I break into the Christian music industry?
Um, I was with a group of writers recently at the Christian Musician Summit, and this question came up, and the guy that I was hanging out with came up with a really good answer to that. He said there really isn't a formula to any of this, which is an infuriating answer, but it's actually the truth that there is no formula to break into something or to crack something or to. Sounds like we're cat burglars trying to steal into the Christian music industry at night and get the jewels. But you know, the honest answer really is that for every person who is in some way or another succeeding in music, all the stories seem to be non-linear. Like there's no obvious road that they've taken. There's no step one, go to music college, step two, sign up at a record label, step three, release a worldwide selling album. It just doesn't seem to work like that. Most of it is through friendships and relationships, and a lot of it seems to be through coincidence, or you know, if you have faith to believe that God is involved in your life and cares about your aspirations and dreams, and through things He engineers. Paul Baloche said something to me when I was a lot younger. He said, because I asked him the same question. I was like, man, I'm living in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a long way from any kind of music industry. What can I do? Like, what should I do? And his answer to me was, work on your heart and work on your craft. And if you do both those things, the Lord is watching. That's what I believe. The Lord is watching each one of us, and if your heart and your craft are up to it, He'll do all right.
All right, Scott. This is actually a really much better view. How did you've played for quite a number of people. You played for Aaron Schust and Rebecca St. James, Vicky Beeching. You played for me. You played for Jesse Balin recently, who's a mainstream artist. How did you get into this thing?
People ask me this, and I just say my abbrev is T&E, time and effort. There's really no substitute for experience. You take every opportunity to play in live situations or recording situations, any situation you can get, especially when you're younger. You take everything you can, because it all adds up, and you start to accumulate just scenarios in your head that you can work through on the fly. And that's really, there's just no excuse to not be working hard at it if this is what you want to do. You got to work hard at it. And as well, there's, you find yourself in situations where it seems as if God has opened doors for you, and a lot of that is just you being obedient and just being where God has asked you to be, and things happen. I mean, there's really no formula for it other than you working hard, and if you believe that God has a hand in your life, you serve God and you love God, and He loves you back and opens up opportunities. So in the short, you really work hard at it.
Work hard, that seems to be coming across. Do you still rehearse, do you still practice?
Yeah, I do, I really do. Here's the thing, when I'm off of work, if I'm not on the road or if I'm not doing sessions, I still see myself as being at work. This is my job. I mean, I have a couple options. I could sit on the couch and watch TV all day because I have nothing pressing, or I'm not getting paid to be at work that day. But I see myself as still being at work, and I would put in, hours of rehearsal or writing or something that has to do with what I do. So I have nothing to do on Saturday, or no, not Saturday. Saturday's off. I'll go watch a movie or something. But say it's Monday, I have nothing to do. I will put in rehearsal or writing, spend time working, spend an 8-hour day doing what normal people would do. They go to work for 8 hours. And what would I do? I would go to work as well.
So what do you like, I know when I was young, they were like, well, practice your scales. What do you do? Like, I often catch you listening to other parts and records. What are you doing there?
There's always something to learn, always. And really there's nothing new under the sun as far as music goes. Hundreds of years of music, recorded music, and and it's pretty much all been done. So you could learn lots by listening, and listening for tones, and listening for touch and feel, and it's still you know, you rehearse your scales and stuff. Just, well, here's a good analogy. If I lived in a neighborhood, and I lived there for most of my life, and I got dropped off blindfolded, you know, in a car, they get me out, and I'm in this neighborhood, I could literally take the blindfold off, and I would know exactly where I am and know exactly how to get where I want to go. And that's how it is with your instrument. Just because you're familiar with a scale or a chord shape or something doesn't mean that you've lived there long enough to get around as well as, you know, as you could if you'd lived there for 5 years rather than stayed there for a week, if
Very
that makes
good.
sense. So, I mean, even though I know the things I know on guitar, I still don't know some of it as well as I know other parts, because I've lived in certain areas and I've only visited certain areas. So there's still tons to learn. I mean, I'll be learning for probably the rest of my life if I would like to.
Very cool. Very cool, Scotty Murray. Axeman.